One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
Welcome to the podcast, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host, Ahman Green, along with my good friend and teammate, John Alias Man. John, how you doing?
What's going on, Ahman? What a fun, strange weekend.
Yes, it definitely was that fun and strange. Rico, the rookie, we're gonna have to do 16 episodes, and then plus the first 3 after that to him not officially be a rookie anymore.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah, it's like a football season.
We're going to do it like a football season. I just thought of it.
Okay. So 16, and then what'd you say?
And then 3 after that. So 19. It'll be 19 games or 19 shows when he's officially not a rookie anymore.
So when did that officially start counting so we know what episode?
We'll start it last episode. So we got 1 episode down.
So 171. We're on 172.
Yep.
So 181. Now we're going to do 191. 190.
Okay. That'll be his officially not a rookie, so we don't call him a rookie no more. But until that time, because he might be coming in hot a little late here, so we're going to be Rico the rookie in all day right now. So what's up with you, man? How you been? Oh, wait a minute. Before I go into that, hey, everyone that is first time coming into the podcast is Ahman Green Gamers Lounge. We will be talking about topics from the video game world, esports, game launches, or just stuff we find that is very interesting. Like John found out some stuff. We're going to actually play some games.
Kind of. It's not really a game. It's more.
Say quick hit news bite where it's going to help our brain stay smarter, I guess. Yeah. There's the rookie. I think I just heard him pop in. Here we go. Hey, what's up, Rico the rookie?
Hello, friends.
Hey,
just checking in with everybody. Hey, so we officially put it at this. So just like in the NFL, it's a whole season and then 3 games that you're not a rookie anymore. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
So you already got 1 in because last week. So you already got 1 down. So this is number 2. So we just talked about that before you chimed in here. So
sorry, I was struggling to figure out how the microphone and the headphones work together. And I was plugging it into my laptop, and it was like, use the speaker in the microphone. I was like, there's not a speaker in the microphone.
Yeah, the audio adjustments in the settings. Yes, we know.
Ridiculous is what it is.
It gets a little confusing. Even when somebody you're experienced in it, you go in there, you hit the settings, you're like, all right, audio, because you got headsets, you got a mic. Okay, mic is input, correct? Or and then headsets is output for you to hear. So it's it gets so confusing.
I'm just sitting here getting upset and found out there's a headphone jack underneath the microphone.
Oh, see,
so I was like,
you didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's cool. Never seen that before.
Oh, that's a new one. Yeah, you got to make sure all the inputs, the outputs of that of your PC. So John was just about to share some stuff. What's up, John?
Yeah, okay. So before I get to this, my weekend, just real quick, Bet Online is your number 1 source for all your sports betting needs this season. Always going to find the latest odds, team matchup information, player news, and game trends, all at Bet Online. And as your continued source for all sports wagering information, Bet Online features live betting, free contests, giveaways all season long. It's always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. Always. Whatever that sport is, whether it's coming up like the NFL or the NBA will be right around
baseball.
The corner. Baseball right now, strong. Yeah, Trout got injured. That's too bad for the game. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit, and use the promo code BELIEVE to receive your rewards. Bet Online, where the game starts. By the way, that's spelled BLEAV. All right, so this weekend I got to go to Minnesota and meet with some friends, and we went golfing all weekend. And I'll tell you, number one, I need new golf shoes because after about 17, 18, 19, 20, 25 holes, those feet were like, just get us out of these shoes already.
Y'all did 20?
We did 36.
30. Oh, my. That's that 2 rounds, right? That's 2 rounds.
That's 2 rounds. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Why?
Well, we're having a tournament. It's fun. We play 3 rounds in 2 days. It's golf.
Is your own personal tournament or just like for a cause or something?
It's just for our own personal tournament. We call it the Madison Open. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're not even out here trying to benefit people, and you're going 36 holes.
they those are golfers right there.
Yeah.
But I would have lost me after the first 18. I'm sorry.
Oh, believe me, after the first 18, I was thinking to myself, actually, the better idea might be to just stop at this point.
Right.
But one of the things we stumbled upon, guys, and this is kind of my news bite. Do you want to get into that now? Is that okay?
Yeah, we could go right into that. We could still and then share. We could share with what we've done since last week and show when it's our turns up.
Do you guys know what stable diffusion is?
No.
Okay.
Until today, and you typing it in the running show. No, I did not know.
All right, I'm going to get started for free.
Okay.
It is an AI image generator. So what do you guys want AI to create? I just discovered this week and my buddy showed it to me. And now I can't stop thinking of the simpler, the better, by the way. If you say like Donald Trump holding a dog while swimming in New York City, like it's going to get really wonky.
An alligator drinking coffee.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a simple one. You have all
one thing I've noticed too is like if you tell it to do like a painting of an alligator, it usually looks better.
Really?
Yeah, because some of these are jacked. These are little.
Ooh.
Okay.
Drinking.
Okay, so it's an alligator.
He's in water. He's technically could
unless
drink
that's
that
the
water.
coffee. What kind of?
Oh, it gets really weird. So let's do Ahman Green. Playing video games at Lambeau Field.
Oh, okay. We're about to have some fun.
Let's see how this looks.
This is when it does humans. This is where it really messes it up.
Well, this was from the. You're bringing this up from the intro to Invasion. Whoa. Hold up.
That's you. That? That's you. I think you're holding a controller.
That is not me.
What kind of controller is that?
That is That is definitely not me.
Oh,
it's
that
close.
Is
that might be my left arm.
That's a spitting image of you. What are you talking about?
That is.
That's your. Where's your arm go?
Your hand's a little.
What is going on?
What's with is that a baby arm? Do I have a baby arm?
You might have number 98.
And I definitely didn't wear 98 Impactor.
46.5.
What is that?
Oh my goodness! Who's next to you?
I don't know. Who is that? Does he have knees? The person doesn't look like they have, or is he on his knees?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
The answer is yes.
So,
oh God.
I think maybe just throughout the show, if somebody listening has a fun combination they want to do, I just discovered this.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on this for a while this week.
It's limitless. What you can do here is endless hours of whatever your mind can think of.
You got me crying, man. You got me crying over here.
So,
because I remember you telling me we're talking about Secret Invasion, which we probably need to watch after we're done with Black Mirror here. That their intro was AI generated, correct? Is that? I remember we brought that up.
Yeah. People were very upset about that.
Yeah. So AI, man. Yeah, it's gonna be scary.
So that's kind of my quick hitting news bite. Go play with Stable Diffusion. Here's you as the Terminator.
Gotcha.
I think you're holding a gun.
Well, I'm a gamer and I play Halo. Call of Duty.
Yeah, that checks out.
They got me yoked though. I like the yokeness. I'm like Gears of War ish.
Yeah, massive.
I like that.
They
know I'm swole. I appreciate the AI. Know Ahman Green is a swole person.
Your forearms look like biceps.
I know. I love it. At least the AI knows that. They know. So they know when it goes Terminator. The machines know they better bring everybody because I'm not an easy kill.
Mine's on you. He got you.
I don't think it knows what the Mandalorian
exactly.
is.
What's up, JFK? We got a few new people in the house. We got Poppy Mays. What's up, Poppy Mays? Grow. Oh man, they got the Mandalorian, the piece. Ooh, that's because JFK typed that in and the AI is reading the text from the chat. See, there you go. See, the algorithm is real.
That's
The
you, the
AI is
Mandalorian.
real.
The Mandalorian. That's the
I
one
love
right
it.
there.
There you go.
It's a Grand or
You should get that.
Gra Perez Pet Perez Pet
You
Pez.
should figure out somebody to
say on
make that.
I'm working on that. I am 100%. I have been working on that since it was brought up like 3 months ago. So I'm working on that in a T-shirt.
I thought it has you in a jersey.
I know, that's the funny part. And the jersey is trying to say 24 or is it trying to say 34?
Yes. The
is that a 3?
Yes.
Is that a 4 or like a 4 and looks like a 9 almost? The AI is confused.
2439. That's
yeah. I got it's like a QR code for my football number.
You're all over it. It's great.
Oh my goodness! Now that got me laughing. That's interesting.
Dude, I can't tell you the amount of hours I've been doing this. Just whatever pops into my brain.
Oh my god!
Insane.
I'm about to do the same thing, John. I'm gonna be on this for like a week, even though
you're gonna make yourself as Batman, aren't you?
I'm a Batman.
Oh, why don't we do that?
He's
Black Panther.
He's gonna make himself as Batman.
Mandalorian. A character from Resident Evil. Gears of War. You know, if you have to send like your picture in, ooh, there we go. That's dope. Now the one on the bottom right, that one,
is that a crop top?
Something like that. The bottom right one, that's legit. I'll take that.
That was just Batman.
It's not me, but you can tell
Batman, and he ran on the field. It looks
right.
Yeah. That's just Batman.
There it is.
There's a good one. That one could look for me.
So big,
right? They got the arms down. They know I'm swole.
No, look at your shoulders. They're like bubbles.
I love
what is going
AI.
on there?
AI is legit.
So that's an interesting.
Thank you,
Batman
AI.
logo.
Making sure that I'm swole.
Ooh, I like that one.
All the AI.
That one.
The yellow and the black. That's nice.
JFK says Ahman is a Street Fighter. There we go. Yeah, the Street Fighter, the new Street Fighter 6, they have like the forearms on most of the guys, and some of the ladies are ridiculous. Legends in building by
huge.
The average historian there. And then JFK said could be the Star Wars sculpture. There you go. Yes, indeed.
I love how all of these make you bald.
I know, because I'm not right now. And I have been.
Okay. Oh, what is going on here?
Okay, that's a different one. But they don't have the face right. They definitely don't have my features.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I think they got it right here.
Especially that one. Just exactly like you. No complaints.
Juan is always
89.
yoked. Like he is just.
Yeah, I got good genetics. I got to thank my mom and dad for that. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all there.
Sorry.
Oh man. So this is the bright diet. I say definitely a laugh of the day. We're here. Let's go have fun. We're gonna have some fun with this one. I'm gonna put wait till I get home. I'm gonna do stuff with my wife, put stuff in, like, let's do this. And let me show you something. She's gonna be like, what? Why I got my head that big or something crazy? But no, from last week, just more packing and building, throwing away stuff. Went to see Indiana Jones and the recent movie, and really good. I say I like it because at least Harrison Ford and the writer, so you got Steven Spielberg, you got people like Kathleen Kennedy, she's on the production crew, and I think they're being real with the stunts with Harrison Ford. He's almost 80. He will bust a hip if he does anything crazy, so he's not. And so I say tap my hat to them, because like with Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible, he's still jumping he might be jumping out of a spaceship in this next one. I don't know. They all were great. I say up until he's gotten close to his 80s or 70s. And it's like, it just can't be believable when you got somebody that's almost cracking over 100 years old, close to 100 years old, beating up 25-year-olds. I can't do it. It just can't. It got to be more real than that. Like somebody close to their age, they beating up, I get it, because they in shape. The other person not in shape because they probably didn't take care of their bodies. But when they're fighting 25, 26, 30-year-olds and they winning, like, nah, that's tough. Because I already know I can't beat up my kids. That's why I have a baseball bat. So I take their knees out.
if they know how to fight, you still a little bit going on there. It's maybe not as believable if you got them, just beating down the 25-year-old. But
right.
Every once in a while on the internet, you can find a video of an old man beating up a younger guy.
Yeah.
They have those skills. They have life skills, and they know how to fight.
Exactly. And that's what you saw with Harrison Ford's character, Indiana Jones. He does have a great right hook or left hook. He lands those punches, and they solid punches. He's laying guys down. He's laying the guy. So if you get a chance to go see Indiana Jones. Go see that great movie. It's in theaters right now. So
let me ask you this: at 80,
packing.
He's 80 years old. So what type of stunts did they have 80-year-old Harrison Ford doing that were real and not like computer?
I say
assisted?
Between fighting.
Was he like jumping through doorways? What was he doing? What was his big move?
They had him come out of he was in like a parachute scene, but that's not bad. So dropping and rolling, that's not too bad. And he looks like he keeps his body in shape too. So he wasn't dropping and rolling won't, hurt him too much. He was good. He came up out of that. Unless there's some behind the scenes where, because you see Jackie Chan do all his stunts where, and then after the scene he's like got his leg in an ice bin because he broke it or he's getting the inflammation down or something like that. Maybe on the DVD you could find out more about that with Indiana. But for what you saw, it was believable. All right, it was believable. Okay. He had the whip, or he'll just he'll pick up something, to even the playing field to fight the young guys in the movie. So, but no, if you're an indie fan, go check it out. Fun. So did that, like I said, and there's more packing. I'm having dreams of packing right now. So.
If you didn't have such big feet, I'd be asking for some of those Jordans.
Size 12, baby. Oh, speaking of that, yeah. I did my first Whatnot live stream. So I know, John, you know about Whatnot.
I was going to tell you, I told you about Whatnot.
Yeah, you told me about it last year. And so I went on it since I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to have a lot of stuff to sell here in the next few days or next few weeks. And that's what I've been doing. I've been selling my Air Jordan Air Force One Fusions. And then somebody in the chat said, beaters, do you have beaters? I'm like, beaters? There's like beater shoes. I'm like, oh. So I got a roll of some shoes that are beaters. They're considered beaters that you can come in and purchase. And I'm starting them at 25, and it's auction on up from there. And the other ones that are a little bit more cleaner, the Air Force Ones, Air Jordans are starting at, I start the auction at 60, or if you want to buy now, 75. So there are
That's
the things.
Fun. Is that kind of fun to be on there live and interact with people? And
yeah, I got the interaction down. We've been doing this podcast.
You got your auctioneer voice going?
I thought about that, Rico. I thought about that, but I was like,
all right, bidding starting at $6 over here.
10. No. I thought about that, but I'm like, wait a minute. You got to be able to see people because I just see their names, their screen names popping up when they put their bid in, and that's it. So I was like, nah. It would be fun. I'll probably get into that. I'm going to study some auctioneers and their voices and their tempo and see which one I like and cat them and bring it on my live stream one time because we got a lot of stuff to sell. Was that? Oh, Storage Wars.
Storage Wars. I was watching that.
Oh yeah, that's on HGTV or
yeah. I don't know what it was.
It's on one of those Travel Network, TLC.
There's like some crazy stuff in there, huh?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. One of them found the whole collection of comic books and old action figures still in the boxes.
Wow.
He bought he bought it for I think it was like 12,500 something like that. Ooh. And he ended up finding enough things that he made like $75,000.
Wow.
Like he found a lot of stuff.
$85,000.
We call that a come up. Yeah. That is a come up. That's the official definition of a come up right there.
That's crazy.
So what about yourself, Rico? What you been up to since last week?
Since last week, just working, and then went up to see the in-laws about 3 hours north of Lincoln. So we hung out there for the 4th, lit off some fireworks, and had my annual spark getting way too close to the rest of the fireworks.
There's always one time.
It's necessary. If you're not scared for your life, at least one time during the 4th of July. Did you actually celebrate the 4th of July?
Right, and then you're fully aware. At that moment, you're like fully aware. Like, all right, I got it now. Can't do that. Won't do that.
Exactly.
Be safe.
Spent way too much money with my sister-in-law because that's what we do. We like lighting things on fire, so that was a fun time.
Yeah.
Just hanging out at the farm, living our best lives. Have you ever I asked somebody here, have you guys ever had your kid or seen a kid step in dog poop barefoot and slowly realize that they just stepped in dog poop?
No. What's that like?
It's the funniest thing you could ever see. Because I told my daughter, I said, okay, there's dog poop in the yard. You have to be careful. She goes, okay, Daddy, I know that. I got to watch for dog poop. I said, okay. And she's running, and you just see her kind of stumble, like her foot kind of goes out from under. Ooh. And I was like, the yard's not wet. I was like, oh no. And she kind of stops, and she looks down, and she lifts her foot up, and you see her head kind of come up, and you hear,
yeah, because she like, that comes out of me, and I just stepped in it.
Hey, I stepped in dog poop. I was like, I told you to watch out. I was like, let's get the hose. Let's clean your foot off.
See, she just learned.
It's a learning experience.
A learning experience,
and it was fantastic. Got out the Sawzall, cut down a little more some little bushes and some trees. It was fun. I like cutting down trees. It's fun.
Yeah. I like cutting grass. That's like me cutting
They're
grass.
Not that big. It's grass. Like they're about, I don't know, like this thick around.
Oh, okay.
They're decently sized, just cutting those down. And then my grandfather-in-law was like, I have an electric chainsaw if you want to cut down some of the bigger ones. I was like, yes.
Make my job easier.
I really do. But didn't get that out, unfortunately, this weekend. Maybe next time.
Yeah, help me out. Let me get
just work. That's really it was the 4th of July. We relaxed, but we put in a lot of work, moving rocks, cutting down things, and getting in the pool.
Nice.
That's really all it was.
Pool and nice weather across the Midwest too. I think it was some thunderstorming down by you guys, Rico, right?
Yes. Yeah, we drove through a thunderstorm on our way up, and drove through a thunderstorm and a tornado warning on our way back.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was raining sideways. There was hail, and I told my wife, I was like, "Look, as long as I can see the taillights on the car in front of me, we're gonna keep going. As soon as those taillights disappear, I mean, we're probably in trouble, but we'll see what happens."
Yeah, it depends on the distance. Yeah, it depends on the distance between you and the headlights. There.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna head on to my quick hit news bite, which is right here. Is it here? Pop up. Come on. Or do I have to share screen? Oh, no, add the stream. Boom, there it is. Boom. So remember last week I was talking about Anime Expo 2023 in Los Angeles, and you see the headline there. It says crowd sizes were so bad that people were getting shoved into the walls. And I've been to enough cons to understand this process. So this was probably the picture that y'all see right now at Comic-Con 20 in San Diego Convention Center 2020 or 2019. I would have to, for my experience there, that's what it looked like. Shoulder to shoulder. This is before COVID, obviously, and this is after COVID. That's the interesting thing about this first. This is after COVID. So as you go in reading the article here, that's by way of Kotaku here. So it said Anime Expo 23, the self-proclaimed largest anime convention in the United States, is coming to a close. So this was last week, Saturday. I think Sunday was the last day. And as you see from the picture, and from the headline, hearing about people getting shoved into the walls, wrapped, lines waiting for exhibits or panels wrapped around 2 times the area of the facility or wherever these panels are happening. So you had that going on, and obviously people trying to find a place to stand or sit or rest is not happening. So you have people posting videos during the con, and I think we have a few videos in here now of people showing how unprepared.
Oh, geez.
I think it was the LA Convention Center was not. Oh, this is a little.
That's ridiculous.
That was a quick one. That was a quick video.
Open that a little bigger.
There we go.
That is crazy.
So many. It's just packed.
So that's a 4-second.
And you got to imagine that there's people who are dressed up as their favorite anime characters. Maybe someone with bigger costumes as well.
Right.
I can't imagine trying to move around in that if you've got somebody in this massive, I don't know, cardboard or whatever they make them out of. Some people go all out, just standing next to you, taking up the space of like 5 people, and you're standing there just pushed up against a wall or something like that's.
And the sweating in that costume.
Oh,
when I went to, it had to be Comic-Con 2018 or 2017, and I saw a full-size Reinhardt from Overwatch in person, made the whole outfit and his hammer that he has. And if you play the game Overwatch 2, Overwatch, Reinhardt, he's a tank, he's a big dude, and he has this night suit on. And so this person put that whole outfit together along with the hammer. So actually he needed, whoever he or she inside of it had to have assistance with walking because the hammer was so big, trying to walk along with this big night suit on as well. And it was full size. So it had to be like 8 to 10. It was like 8 to 9 feet tall. That's how big this Reinhardt suit, So you have that going on, even though that was Comic-Con, was space. But here, we have one, I say attendee, Jin Yao, a Los Angeles native, said, Anime Expo 23 in the first convention she attended since COVID was the first for her, despite saying all the event had gradually improved and how it handled letting people into the lobby of the convention center at the start of each day. The sheer size of the shoulder-to-shoulder crowds was still, I say, crazy. And like I said, it is crazy because of what we're still coming from. COVID wasn't too far ago. We're still have some remnants of that in our lives. So for them, she continues in the article, says it was a natural disaster where we would all die. So because it was so packed up that if something went off, hopefully glad nothing didn't, but she was just thinking hypothetically, if it did, then there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, that we're going to, be in a bad situation. So you couldn't move, especially around the corridors, bottleneck areas, getting in and out of main halls. So Yao told Kotaku. So the artist alley in the basement had no airflow, and there was also a ton of people, so it got quite stuffy in there. So you're talking about no fun. I say that is a recipe for no fun. I
was gonna say it probably felt really stuffy and steamy with all those bodies. Oh, I'm glad you said I was going to ask, and I'm glad you kept reading. Were these crowds only an access, where you're trying to enter, and once you got in, it all dispersed, and it wasn't this bad? This seems like just like a sporting event, and everybody's trying to get in or out, and it gets crowded.
Right.
And there's lines
every which way you turn, and especially people want to see the artists, people want to see the voice actors and whatever what have you. So you've got the tables for those. You've got the entrances, the turns everywhere. Right. I can only imagine maybe a line for the bathroom or just a line for anywhere.
Able to move at this event.
It's not even line for
It's just talking about that stuffiness. You know what happens when it gets hot and stuffy? Fun? People start, what's the word? Is that
Bro,
getting irritated?
Getting irritated. BO starts happening.
Yeah.
Hey, the funny, and John knows this. I told this story a while ago. So Rico and some of the chat that's new. This story is at Comic-Con I want to say around 2012, 2013. And it wasn't as packed as the videos playing
Almost
right
seemed
now.
like it was completely oversold.
The worst day at Comic-Con San Diego is Saturday. Because the next day is a fire sale
for a
everybody.
tragedy.
All the
I love the
vendors trying to
show,
sell
and
product
it's
and get
really
out of
disappointing.
home. So on Saturday, the floor gets packed. And they had moved in each aisle. They had put an Old Spice kiosk where you could just grab deodorant, the small ones, the travel size deodorant things. And I was like, "Oh, Spice, you're wrong for that."
That's a great move.
I was like, genius.
That is.
I was like, that was good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's pretty great. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, I walked down the aisle.
Really clever.
And I was there with my wife, and I said, "Babe, look at this." She's like, "What?" Because she's looking around and stuff. She didn't see the Old Spice. The bin, the bin, like you go to like a gas station where you could just grab little things like candy and stuff. They had it had to be 8 feet tall and about 5 feet wide, and the bin full of all the different scents of their deodorant. And it was this was classic. I was like, they saying something here.
I said, look out for your fellow con members.
Right. I'm like, they is saying something here. So, but hope everybody came out okay there. Obviously, it's going to be a little PTSD dealing with sitting on the walls or getting rammed out of a panel, or where sometimes you stand in a line and it's almost hurry up and wait, because you get in the line and you people trying to rush in front of you, and it's like, what's the rush? We all got to wait 3 hours. Anyway,
you would think that they would have a certain number of tickets that they were going to sell, but this seems like they just kept selling tickets. Because I can't imagine I can't imagine a fire marshal was very happy watching these videos.
No, I wouldn't have been. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, imagine if somebody. Oh, yeah, that's too packed. It probably is too packed. Guys, sometimes you ever go to like a Subway and the line's too long, and you're like, screw it, I don't want to. And then someone's ordering like 5 subs.
Yep.
And they're one person, so it's really like you're standing behind 5 people.
Yeah.
Like, there are times when the lines to things are just too long, and I feel like I'd get to this and be like, F.
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna stay for like an hour. Then I don't want to.
I don't even know if I would have gotten there and seen the crowds outside just to get in with how big they looked. I would have just been like, I know I got a ticket, but I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. I don't want to stand in. I don't want to wait for 3 hours to see two things or whatever it is, because it just seems like nothing was moving, and if it was moving, it's like a step every 30 minutes or something or other.
And you're just stuck there because now you're committed. Now there's people all around you.
As soon as you get in there, you can't.
Now
you're not leaving. So now you're just there. Like I don't even want to get in a line in a drive-through line and wait for too long. So I can't imagine standing there.
See, like I tell my wife, y'all gotta have patience.
I have patience, man. But I'm not very. This is beyond patience.
Yeah,
you got to go into your inner Mr. Miyagi, Splinter, Bruce Lee. You got to find that part of you where just calmness happens because you're somewhere you want to be because you bought the ticket, right? You're at the Anime Expo, and you see these ferocious lines come out of nowhere of people, but you got to enjoy that trip, man.
See, there's a difference between an Anime Expo line and a regular line and this. There's a difference between the patience needed to stand in line for like an hour to do something and standing in line to wait to get in the door to stand in line.
True.
To do something.
That is true. A little bit of differences there. So, well, it sounds like it was okay for the most part, and maybe a few pushes and shoves here, but for the most part, everybody came out safe. No COVID cases or anything like that, which is surprising. Obviously, with that close interaction, you would think that would happen. So,
if one of those people had it, they all have it now.
By the way,
right,
yeah, that's
unfortunate.
True.
Well, it's say no. It just say hopefully it doesn't happen, but this no won't be surprised. Unfortunate. Not to try to put that on people as well.
Yeah.
One last comment. JF Cake says no patience for that. It's worse than Disney lines. Y'all have ever been to a Disney line?
Yes.
Oh,
I have.
Dude, if you pay extra for like the fast pass, it is so worth it. Back in the day, a few years ago, Splash Mountain, my daughter and I, we walked by hundreds of people with the fast pass. Hundreds.
Hey, but people are hip to the fast pass game now. Yeah. Last year, I went with my niece, and even the fast pass lines had a backup.
I feel like you have to wait in fast pass lines now.
You're going to have to make a new one, like the super fast pass.
Up. Right. You got to go now Nitro Pass or something.
The Lightning McQueen Pass.
Something. You got to go Flash or
Lightning McQueen.
The Lightning McQueen. I watched Cars like 7 times this weekend. My son loves it.
Yeah.
That'd be a great movie. Yeah, Disney movies, they're hard to pass. They're just good movies for adults and kids all around. So,
oh, yeah.
All right, Rico the Ricky, what's your story here, brother?
Well, I think we talked about Microsoft trying to buy Activision Blizzard before and everything going on with the Federal Trade Commission. Well, during their trial with the Federal Trade Commission, in the court documents, Microsoft is arguing in favor of including the Nintendo Switch as a competitor and talking about the new lower cost PlayStation 5 Slim that Sony hasn't announced yet. So it seems as if Microsoft is breaking the news that Sony is planning on coming out with a PS5 Slim that'll have I think it said it's going to be around the same price as the digital edition, $399, about $400. We've heard rumors about it for quite some time, but there's one thing that we hadn't heard about, and I guess they're going to have an external or removable like Blu-ray drive on this one. So it's supposed to be faster. Obviously, when they come out with the Slims or the new versions of it, it's supposed to be a little bit faster than the old version.
Right.
But Microsoft breaking the news about the PS5 Slim. Kind of, if I'm Sony, I'm going to be a little bit upset about that. That's something that I wanted to break. You have your news and your video and coming summer 20 whatever or winter whatever, what have you. They probably want to do that, but now Microsoft's like, hey, Sony's doing this, so what's up with that?
They're in the same house now, and like you said, I agree. You sharing my information, bro. Like that's what we were supposed to tell everybody. And this is our thing. Even though we're in the house now, we're working together on some things, games, some titles now are going to be more both consoles, but you can't do this. So I wonder how they're taking this behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's I was wondering.
Love to know that.
I wonder if that's like some sneaky insider stuff where a former employee or something was like, you know what, let's kind of take their thunder a little bit. I don't know.
I'd be so upset if I'm Sony. Like this is something that they've been playing like I said, we've been hearing about rumors of a new console, a PS5 Pro or a PS5 Slim for ever since the PS5 came out. People were talking about, I'm just gonna wait since I can't get it. Remembering that the PS5 was almost impossible to get.
Which it was,
people were saying, since I can't get this, I'll just wait for the Pro to come out. It'll be faster. It'll be this. But reports talking about the PS5 Slim say that it won't feature any processing power improvements. But like I said, it'll have a external Blu-ray drive alongside the console to add disc support to both the new Slim model and existing digital-only consoles.
So it's going to still kind of be the big boy, just you got to attach it with the extra Blu-ray
so
drive.
it'll be digital only, it'll be slim, but they're also going to have an external disc thing where you can do it with your only digital version where you can probably plug it in and have the discs with it. So you don't have to worry about having external hard drives for all that memory. You'll be able to have the discs with it as well.
Yeah, and we seen PlayStation do this. This is, as you see the picture right here, the evolution of PlayStation consoles too. I think all console companies have done this just to kind of, I'd maybe say, switch things up. Once they had their big launch of their new gen consoles a couple years ago, before during COVID, and now they're just trying to throw something different at the fans and see what is popular amongst them. So that's what I think here from a business standpoint. Like, what is the angle?
I can only imagine having something that you've wanted to announce for so long and just waiting until you have everything perfected and making sure that there's no bugs and no hiccups that you might be missing. Right. And then have a competitor like, well, what about this? They got this going on. You're like, what? Come on, man. Really?
You got to come up with a way to like respond to that in your own announcement, like a clever way to.
They will.
Yeah, to be like, you may have heard, this is not it.
You know what I do if I'm Sony?
What?
I buy Activision Blizzard.
Well, you can't do that.
Microsoft I know you can't, but I just like, you know what?
You try.
You want to do this? All right, we're taking what you wanted.
Yeah, it's just interesting because you got two been competitors for a long time, Microsoft, Sony, and then now last year, that's when Xbox came in and bought, between Activision Blizzard and even partnering with Sony on games. Kind of brings me to the point of what I learned as and what we all know about, shoes, like Michael Jordan, highest selling shoe in Nike history, but they're under the Nike umbrella, and they figure it out. I say if Nike and Michael Jordan or Brand Jordan can figure it out, Microsoft and Sony can do this, because it's all about making it a win-win for everybody. Because if you undercut each other here as two major companies, then you're going to shortchange both of yourselves, because then they're going to show. I say consumers. Some consumers going to be like, "Oh man, look, they can't even work together," and then that might halt production on some of the best titles of games that both of these companies make. Microsoft, Gears of War, Halo, Sony, you have God of War. They was trying to make Call of Duty an exclusive to PlayStation, but obviously that didn't work out. But games like that, they have great games. Horizon Dawn, I haven't played yet, but I'm ready to play it. So games like that, you just don't make sure you don't create this little. You just got to communicate clear. I say that here.
Do you think it hurts or helps the whole console war thing to have more, exclusive games for Xbox or PlayStation?
Does it help it?
Do you think it helps or hurts? Because I feel like it, especially if they would have done with Call of Duty what they wanted to and made it PlayStation exclusive, I think that would have hurt.
That would have hurt. Yeah,
it would have hurt the consumers at least, just because I have so many friends who have Xboxes that I play Call of Duty with, because before, obviously, we weren't able to play games together online, but now you have at least Call of Duty that you can match up with each other and play games.
Yeah.
So I think if you keep going with just exclusive games, you're going to have people who are, PlayStation only or Xbox only, and you're just not going to be able to play with your friends, and that's really going to suck.
Yeah, I think it's the game. I say, so if you categorize a game as exclusive, you got to make sure it's the right game. If it's the game where it's not going to pull away or take away from your, especially this combination of partnership, they just got to make sure whatever Microsoft picks as exclusive games to their title and Sony does to theirs, just making sure it's a game that has been, I say, like Gears of War for Microsoft, been there already. But any new game or any game like Call of Duty, which it already has a community across both consoles, then don't mess with that. So you just got to be smart about that as well there. So let me go into so thanks for sharing, Rico. Appreciate you, Rico, the rookie. So we
Thank
got a
you.
little
I'm doing
shout
what I
out to shout out to Titletown Esports here, featuring Rocket League. So this is where, Edge Gamers Lounge here in Green Bay, right off of Packer Land. They let me come stream in here. I've worked with them for a lot of years. I love the guys, Sean and Tony. So registration is open now, July 8th. So the end of this week. Season 3 starts July 12th. 3 divisions, minor, major, and ultra. Top two teams in each division play in person at the Titleton Tech for a championship. That is over by Lambeau Field, by the way. That's like a half a block away from the stadium. So if you know that, if you know the area. If you don't know, you'll find out. Live streams every Wednesday on Titletown's Facebook page. Registration is at titletown.com/events, and also powered by Edge VR Arcade and Gamers Lounge here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So shout out to those guys. Thank you for letting me stream in here today. So let's head over. I got to hit through the tabs here. And we got what? Game releases?
Yeah.
Let's go game releases.
I think
fellas.
so.
Let's go.
Release the games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
All right, John.
Release the
Oops.
games.
I got to stop it. It keeps going.
Okay.
Keep releasing them.
Release
All
their
right.
games. By the
John,
way,
you are
not loud.
you hear it?
Turn it down a little.
Oh, turn it down.
There we go. You guys hear me okay?
Okay. Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. If you need it lower, just let me know. So basically, I select my game of the week from a text from Ahman Green, and I just choose whatever I think sounds interesting. And this week I chose, So this week I chose Gimmick. It's called Gimmick Special Edition, PC, PS4, Xbox, Switch. It is out now. Save the day as a star shooting platform bouncing cutie pie. It's always a weird one.
Yeah, this sounds like a game you would like.
Yeah, exactly. In Gimmick Special Edition, Sunsauce's beloved physics-based action platformer finally burst onto current platforms enriched with a rewind feature, a time attack mode, online leaderboards, blah, 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 blah. So there you go. It is a very old school looking side-scrolling type of game, right?
This is giving me major, Mario, Mega Man, Sonic, back in the day vibes.
All
Right.
day.
Totally.
I know a guy that we'll have on show real soon, Grand Pooh Bear. He'll love something like this. Try to speed run it.
I don't think I have the.
fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I have the patience for it.
Why not?
I don't know, because then you have to really get into it to be good at it.
It kind of, I don't know why, but it's got Kirby vibes.
Yeah.
That too. I
call.
can see the Kirby vibe. I can see that. All right.
So I think it's kind of cool to know that they still make those old. Like this 9-year-old John would have bought this game, probably. 12-year-old John, maybe.
So the average historian agreed on that in terms of the.
I mean,
Kirby.
30-year-old Rico's looking at it and thinking, yeah, it was pretty fun.
I might give it a shot.
I think it's right off.
He's riding an ostrich. What is going on? He's throwing stars at people. I love
Put
it.
it on Nintendo cartridge too.
Yeah,
They're
what was that
trying
Nintendo
They're
cartridge?
trying to take you all the way back. I like it. Hey, that's good marketing skills, right? Good marketing.
Also, some fantastic music to go along with it. This is definitely the old school side-scrolling music.
Oh, for sure.
Very bouncy.
For sure. All right. My turn.
There you go.
I got a fun game here.
Look at the music.
All right.
Bounce the shoulders.
For some reason, I don't have the volume, so that's why I had it up so loud. So sorry about that. All right. And now it's my turn. My game is a game called Guilt. And it is got a little horror vibe to it,
Looks
which
scary
I
already.
love.
Oh,
So
horror.
it says shape
One day.
your fears.
Most
Fear
people
the
lost
shapes.
hope after a
Okay, you
few
see that? How they
weeks.
did that to you? So set in a creepy,
Stopped looking.
melancholic world, Guilt is an eerie story
I'm not
mixing
giving up.
fantasy and reality in a surrealist place where nightmares become reality, hide from terrible creatures, or confront them. That would be me confronting the creature, because you know I don't back down. Find your way through the challenges of this wicked world. So Guilt now comes out here in a day. Comes out tomorrow. You see the little, was that a spider or an ant?
No, Emily, I think you should be afraid.
Yeah,
I am afraid. What is that thing?
I know, that's what I'm talking about. I like the art. The graphics look pretty good. It's almost similar to like remember the movie Caroline?
Oh, Coraline?
Coraline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of see that. The
Yeah,
graphics
that
here.
movie was creepy.
Great. Every time a movie's on, I'm gonna watch it. So check out Guilt. Comes out tomorrow. You could pre-order. I think you probably get some cool skins or something like that. as they do on the pre-order. So
Maybe you can keep your skin.
or try to anyway, because that game
It's
will try
terrifying.
to rip.
The thing's head was upside down. What is
Yeah,
like a
they're gonna
piranha?
try to rip off your skin. So
You and your horror games, man.
I love it.
I can't get behind it.
Why not? Why
I
not?
don't. I'm not trying to play a game where I'm gonna, jump out of my chair and fall down.
Yes, it lets you know you are alive. Your heart is beating. Your heart rate is up.
I know I'm
You're
alive.
sweating, and then your body's like you're alive.
I don't need to feel my heart. I know it's pumping.
Hey, make those strong. What was it vessels in the heart pump faster? That's what it is. Terrifying. All right, you're up next, Mr.
Yeah,
Rico.
mine's very different from that. Mine is called New Heights.
So is this a
PC
mountain climbing
game.
one?
Yeah,
I got the right video. Okay, I couldn't find all the videos.
It's
I'm like,
just-
is it mountain climbing?
It's just climbing. It's very hyper realistic climbing. They made it with the help of actual climbers and boulderers who helped get all of the mechanics of this going on. So you're training to, on the rock climbing walls, and then you go on to the actual mountains and work on climbing those. It's going to be very, what they say, you'll feel like you're really there tackling the toughest climbing and bouldering challenges, featuring realistic physics-based climbing mechanics that will put your balance and grip to the test as you approach climbing and bouldering problems just as you would in real life. Feel the adrenaline rush as you make your way up the cliffs and the sense of accomplishment as you reach the top.
And this is is it VR or is it no?
It says PC. It didn't say VR, but it looks as if it should be VR at least.
Right.
Yeah, VR. That's a good call.
If this was VR, that would be fantastic.
Right.
It just says PC though.
Yeah,
God,
it could be
it'd be so
maybe
good.
Oculus. I mean, maybe obviously mouse and keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain climbing is something I will only do in a like a facility where I'm strapped to it. So if I fall, I'm okay. Got those the beans and everything, the ropes,
the carabiners and all that. Yeah,
carabiners,
I don't
that's
think
what
I'd
it
ever
is.
do anything like this, like the solo climbs or anything, because I'm not that good and I'm not that brave. But when we went
respect
camping,
for those guys and girls.
Yeah, we went camping in at Yellowstone, and we went along the side of the road, found some places where they told us we could, and we had some guides who were helping us, and we did some bouldering. Not that high up, obviously, because we're not professionals, but
Was it 20
it's so much fun. Like, and we had they had some stuff where you could click the carabiners in and go up a little bit higher, and it's. Look, it's fun, and there is like an adrenaline rush once you reach the top, where you get to a spot.
You don't
where
want
you're
to
like,
do that.
you get to a spot where you're like, I don't know if I can hold on to this, and they're telling us like, look, it's going to be a little bit to your right, a little up. There's a small spot. You can get like 3 fingers, and you just have to push like a certain direction and pull yourself up and like do look, it's so great. It does test your grip strength so much.
100%.
I bet. I was going to ask what happens in this game when you fall.
I know, because they
Well,
showed
it
one
said
where
hyper
she
realistic,
slipped.
and
Yeah,
it
she
looks very
slipped and fell.
ragdoll-y. So
Yeah.
I
We
guess
did show
we'll
her
see what
fall
happens.
off one of them, so hopefully you don't. Do they do the whole blood splatter thing? That would be cold.
I don't think they'll do that. This doesn't seem like that. You hear the calm music. I
That'll
don't think
be-
the blood splatter is going to come into play
That
for
would be
that.
cold blooded right there.
Your
That was
arm is like
crash.
I keep picking
Looks
all these
like
PC
PI.
games.
Yeah.
You keep giving us these games. I keep picking the PC games, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that looks fun.
It does.
I'll
We
watch
gotta
somebody
have
play that.
All right, now let's head over to some this or that, John.
Let's do it. This or that.
This or that.
Do we have any user submitted ones this week?
No user submitted ones. I'm holding off. Big B had a couple in there, so I'm gonna wait for the next week. Yeah,
So
he does have some good ones though.
Yeah, you can always jump on our socials, on our Discord, and if you have a this or that suggestion, just drop it in there, and you could be featured on the next podcast. Your question could be. So our first this or that, I'm guessing these are straight though from the mind of Ahman Green this week.
Yep.
Fiction or nonfiction? Now, every time I say this, Ahman, I have to like remind myself which one is fiction is fake.
Correct. got it.
Nonfiction is not fake.
Exactly. So
I always
books.
thought that was confusing as a kid, and it's
As a
never.
kid,
It hasn't
yes.
improved. Well, it still hasn't improved.
Yeah, it was confusing as a kid. I would have my mom and dad, or I heard teachers say that, oh, it's a nonfiction book, and I'm like, okay, what does that
Yeah, it always
mean?
messes. It always
What
messes.
does
with me. I
that
never
mean?
know.
I'm gonna go nonfiction. I like the real stuff. I mean, either way, but right now, I guess I'm into nonfiction. I'm reading a book about trees and how they interact with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm nonfiction too.
Stop laughing. This
I-
is real
What's the laugh
statement.
for,
It's a
Rico?
You know
real
what
book.
you're doing is you're reading on the you're reading about trees on the bodies of dead trees.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Ooh,
Oh my God, you're right.
that's some Black Mirror stuff that we're gonna talk
There you
about
go.
later.
Here's
Yes,
how
you're
this
right.
is-
You
is
read
this
it from
a-
a book that's made out of tree. Ooh.
Is this an autobiography?
Oh
Is
my
this
God.
from the tree itself? It wrote it.
Dude,
Didn't
that's
think
such
of
a
it that
good
way.
point.
I have
I've
never thought of it about it that way.
Wow.
There you go.
Introspective.
There's your horror, Ahman.
That's a good one.
Wow, that's really
He's written a
clever.
book on trees, and it's made from trees.
Creepy.
I'm nonfiction. I like the real stuff. Like I'll read the fantasy stuff, but I just know that stuff that teach me things. You know, I read a book. I read was it Malcolm Gladwell's 10,000 Hours book years ago. Loved it. Great read. If you haven't read it. Find it, download it, audiobook it. Could teach a lot of things about life. All right, next one on the list.
I am a huge fan of fiction. I love all the.
Oh, my bad. Rico, my bad.
I don't know, the fake stuff. The what am I trying to think of? Fantasy type things where it's they'll go back in time, but it's also kind of futuristic and like Lord of the Rings stuff like that. Like I just love reading things like that. Even though it's it's not real and it's all fake. It just the way that things are written, you can just picture it in your mind, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool, this is amazing. And a lot of them have weird made up languages that somehow they're like, I made an entire language just for this book, and I'm like,
and that's
cool.
impressive.
That's crazy.
Between the people that wrote Lord of the Rings, I can't think of it right now, but George Lucas and Star Wars, for the languages they created in those space, that's impressive to me. Star Trek too.
Oh yeah, and people actually learn it, and they're like, yeah, I can speak this. I'm like, why? I don't.
What a waste of time.
Who are you going to? And then just like they meet somebody that also speaks, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I never thought that I would." Then why did you learn it? You never thought you'd meet somebody that you just wanted to know it.
You go to the cons, they definitely know. And JFK is nonfiction as well with us on in the chat. All right,
trying to stay real, stay in the real world. How dare you?
Hey, even though I will go, what is it? Blue pill? Is it blue pill? You go into the Matrix?
I forget which one.
I will take the blue pill. I'm just letting you know that when it goes down. All right, next one on the list.
Oh, this is interesting. Food truck or restaurant?
Hey, some good food trucks out here.
You know what?
Now.
Overall, I'm going to pick restaurant. I understand food trucks can be a bang. They can hit some bangers, but you know what? I've also hit some food trucks that were like, I could open a food truck if this is what we're doing.
Hey, I've been to both food trucks and restaurants. But like, hey, bro, if they doing this, I can make this happen. I know I could do it. It's not easy though. Restaurant business is tough. It is tough.
I think I'm going to side with the food trucks, man. There's nothing better than getting your food straight from a window of something that can drive away at any moment, and then either sitting on the ground or on the curb or on some fold up table and just enjoying it outside in the sun.
I say food truck because it just seems like food trucks, they have, I say, more of an area where they could just come off the top rope with different mixings of foods and stuff like that. Like for all the food trucks I've been to, I know down in Lincoln it has a nice food truck scene. Milwaukee does too, and then Los Angeles, California does. When it was able probably next year go over to E3, and they had a nice little food truck thing in the back of the convention center, and it's everything: Greek food, Asian fusion with American barbecue. It's like, oh my God, it's so good. And then ice creams with donuts and everything. So good stuff. So I'm gonna go food truck on this one.
Excellent.
Great creativity is happening there. We got JFK says, what does he say? He says food truck based off of Jamaican food. It's the best when it's no commercialized, and food trucks have better variety and better quality. Ooh. Hey. And he's down in Florida. That's where JFK said. He's down in Florida. So he's saying a lot. It's a lot of good food down there. They have it on the food truck scene out there. I think what he said is definitely true. It is. I don't quality maybe, but definitely variety is there.
Oh, yeah.
Variety is there for sure. Yep. All right. Next item on this list.
All right. This next one's interesting.
Yeah.
Company retreat or company holiday party? Holiday party. I don't want to go on any retreats. Well, I'm sure it'd be fun. There'd be fun moments, but then you're basically saying go spend all your time with the coworker. Like go take a vacation with your coworkers.
Yeah,
like
that's what it is.
Like, why don't you pay me more money so I can take a vacation with my family?
Yeah, we work together, but we're not friends. I don't know why I don't want to spend all this time.
There is that, unfortunately. Yes, that's true.
There it is. That's the one.
I go holiday party. I've never been on a company retreat. I don't think I'll ever go on a company retreat. But company holiday party, those are fun. Those are a blast.
Yeah, when they have a movie about it, it goes down.
Yeah,
so.
you get to see some people that you never thought you'd see. get a little further along in their drinking
Right.
lives,
Like,
and
you're
like, and they start telling you things you never thought. And you're like,
you like John is lit right
you're
now.
like, you're actually really fun. Wait a minute.
Oh, Rico's on one right now. Ooh, look at Rico.
Yeah, no, that would be a problem. I don't think I'd have a job when I came back.
And the retreat, yeah, it could probably, because you probably there with at least a week or at least 5 days, and then like you mentioned, you're already there with people you quite not like. Like you respect them to a point to work with them, but you don't have to. Now you got to be around them every day. It's like, ooh, that could get a little catty. That could get a little hair raising. Be like, man, I don't like you. I don't know why we got to do this, but
I got to spend 2 more days with you.
Right. Oh,
I can't even go home and talk to I can't even talk bad about you behind your back.
I can't let
because you're right here.
Right. So, what's your pick though? So party, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go party too. I do have a retreat with my faculty members in the J school, but I think it's just in the building. I don't think we actually ain't going anywhere, which is interesting. They still call it a retreat though, so it's gonna be my first experience, and I will give all the nasty details if there is.
Please do.
If there is any to share. All right, next one.
Spill all the tea.
Next one. Play your best game blindfolded or play your worst game sitting upside down.
Ooh. You like that one, huh?
Okay.
I went below the ocean on that one now.
I have to pick worst game upside down. I think that's the only way to do it.
Yeah. JFK, though, let me see on his last answer there. He said, holiday party, I don't want to spend extra days with coworkers. Bam, we just said it. Yes, that's the tough one.
How would you play your best game blindfold? Is that
because it's your best game, so you know this game inside and out. That's why I say blindfolded on your best game. That means you should be able to still work that game.
No, even if you know it inside and out, there's still the little intricacies that you're going to need to see.
But that's what I say.
You have to be like precise in everything you do.
Yeah.
See, I told you I get diabolical, man.
I'm gonna play upside down.
Yeah, I'll play my worst. I don't even know what my worst game is, but I'll just play it upside down.
So my worst game is Rocket League or League of Legends. So I'll do either of those games upside down for sure. Because my best game is Halo or Madden, and it wouldn't be good. I already know that.
Yeah, you imagine trying to play Madden blindfold. You have no
I'll
idea
be
what's going
throwing
on.
interceptions. I'll be throwing interceptions, which I hate.
You're just like, I know that this play works. You're like, what play is it? I don't know. I just think it works.
Right, you can't see plays. You just got to pick plays. Yep, that'll be rough.
Is this a running play? You're just running forward with your quarterback every time.
So, yeah, I'm going to play my worst game upside down. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Me too.
I think we're all in agreement.
All right, JFK chiming in. We're going to wait a couple of seconds.
You'd be able to at least, maybe you could flip your controls so that then it
the inverted
upside. You can invert your controls.
Yeah, maybe one we have to test out one day. We're going to have to get a science lab and test this out.
Yeah, Ahman, you've got one of those inverse things for your back, right? Where you
the teeter.
Oh, those are
teeter.
great.
I could do that when I get back to Lincoln. It's in Lincoln right now.
Yeah, videotape
I will
yourself
test
doing
that.
that.
Yeah,
we'll
video.
We'll have you stream.
Yes.
While you're playing.
Yes.
Upside down stream.
I will do that. Yes, I will do that for the chat on my gaming on Ahman Green TV one day.
That's it.
I gotta put that on the list. I got to write that down. Text me. All right,
I will.
All right, next one, and I believe last one of this or that, and then we're on to what's on stream.
Okay, next. Sorry, I'm putting in the AI. Ahman Green streaming video games.
Upside down.
Upside down.
I wonder what that's gonna look like. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this looks like you on the football field with gruesome injuries. What is happening?
With shoulders and biceps.
It doesn't even make
biceps.
Your shoulders are too big to do that. I don't know what. You can't play upside down.
Hey, at least the AI. What is that?
That's you playing video games upside down.
Oh
streaming.
my goodness.
Yeah, that checks out.
I'm scooping and
Wait,
scoring. Is
hold
that
on.
me picking up a fumble?
Well, look at the leg that's on the ground.
The leg look like it's
because
broke.
I think there's 2 legs.
I think I broke my leg on the way
You have 2
down.
knees and your foot's backwards.
He has 3 knees. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah,
3
3.
knees.
Your arms are massive though.
Always.
Okay, that's me upside down.
What's up with the helmet?
What is? Oh, I broke my ankles right there.
What are you just sitting with your feet up in the air?
I twisted my ankles right there somehow.
That was crazy. Sorry. All right, I'll stop.
Oh my
there.
god,
That's great.
All right, last this or that. Here, I don't want to. There we go. Here's what it's going to look like.
There
Oh
it
my
is.
god, what is this? Is that my quad?
Why is
Is
your
that-
leg over there?
That's
Is
your
that
leg.
my leg?
That's your quad.
You have That's a totally different version of chicken leg.
That's scary.
See, this
Oh,
looks like
man. Oh man, see, that's the closest one. I'm just not upside down. That's the closest.
Look at the controller. What are the joysticks so big?
Oh my goodness.
Look at your face. You're just like, yep. I'm playing my football gear.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun with this. This is crazy.
All right, sorry.
All right.
No, it's necessary.
Okay. All right, last this or that. Here we go.
Play only long, endless games or play games that are less than 20 hours. Less than 20 hours.
Easy. You already know my horror stories of long games.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I got over 100 hours in, nowhere near finished.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I think I might have to go with less than 20 hours because I've got a couple games that are, they're not endless, but I still haven't finished them, and then just my backlog is disgusting. So I'd go with less than 20 hours. At least give me something to finish.
Yes.
Or at least an end goal that I know I'll be able to hit at some point.
Yeah, and then you could raise your confidence up in playing RPGs. You're like, oh man, I knocked that game out. Yeah. That was an epic one. What's the next one? You know,
exactly.
Build that confidence slowly. That's what you got.
It's that problem where you have all the backlog of games, and you're like, I need to go back and finish this, and you start it up from whatever point you were at, and you're like, I don't remember the controls.
Nope.
I don't remember what moves I unlocked, and you're just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now, so we're gonna figure this out as we go along.
Yeah, you got to do that. JFK from the last game said blindfolded Madden for him. You can't time the 9 route. You can time the 9 route, which I believe that's a deep ball.
Yeah,
but that's true. You can time that.
To play?
But yeah, we can audible to it.
Yeah. Well, how many receivers do you have on the field? What if you're in an I formation? You're in a power I. You got one wide receiver. All of a sudden, you audible to a pass.
You can't audible to that certain player by hitting the buttons if you memorize the buttons. You don't even have to look at the controller for that.
But again, you have to make sure you're in the right formation.
Not necessarily. You could put
what
anybody on a 9
What if you
route.
messed up? You hit up or down too many times. You're in a goal line. You ain't got no wide receiver.
That's true. You gotta put a tight end on a deep route. Hopefully
right,
you
George,
got Mark Andrews or somebody like that. Or,
yeah.
What's his name with 49ers? Kittle. You know, hopefully
we
you
don't
got
like
Kittle. JFK also, it says under 20 hours because I still don't understand how Monster Hunter finishes. I need an ending. I know the feeling, man. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I'm still trying to figure out how long will this get me? I'm at 100. I'm going to play that. Actually, I'm going to put the game in when I get home. I'm going to post later how many hours. I'll put it in our group chat how many hours I have put officially in that game. I know it's over 100 for sure. I know. So, all right. We are done with that.
It's a long game.
It is
that's ridiculous.
It's so long. It's so long. All right. We're headed over to go down to the what's on stream.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
All right. While we're getting ready I'm hitting the graphics, John. You can start off by...
All right. Episode 3.
Yes.
Black Mirror. This is the synopsis, what they write, and they'll wrap on it. In an alternate 1969, 2 men on a perilous high-tech mission wrestle with the consequences of an unimaginable tragedy. Spoiler alerts ahead. So basically, here's what's happening in this one, Rico. So this alternate 1969, these astronauts are in real life in space, and they're like in this sleep mode, basically, until they need to be woken up. They're millions of miles away from home, and these on Earth are like their AI robots.
Robots, yeah.
And this is what your family gets to interact with. And when you get like a call from you need to awaken in the spaceship, like they have to go sit on this chair and then they get to do space things in real life. So basically one of the guys' avatars on Earth gets killed, damaged by these people who think this is the wrong thing to be doing.
Yeah, so I had a hippie cult come in and attack his family. And Josh Hartnett's character family is the family that unfortunately dies or gets murdered in the first half of the show.
So he's stuck on this mission, unable to live his Earth life.
Right. So this is after the murder right now with his beard. He grew his beard out because he was in obviously depression and stress.
Yeah.
And then his partner offers him, hey, do you want to use my headset for a while? You can go get in the real world. You can be in my body. And he's starting to do things. And he comes up
with walk the forest, get some fresh air hitting your face, stuff like that. So he's trying to help him out with his loss, basically.
Being a good friend.
Yes. Exactly.
And it turns into this horrific tragedy. We got a spoiler alert, right?
Yeah, this is all spoiler alerts. Everybody
Spoiler
knows
alert.
that.
3,
If you're new,
2, 1.
So essentially, he starts visiting and says, "I'll paint pictures for you." He just wants more time. He's starting to get with this other guy's wife, and eventually finds a downtime when the other guy is distracted because he put in like a fake request to wake him up.
Yep.
And took his body, went to Earth, and murders his wife.
Yeah.
Right? Because like his
And I
family
think
got
his son,
murdered.
too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he basically did the same thing to his family as we see right here. This is his family, him getting beat up and stuff like that, and his family being taken out.
It's
kind of has a Charlie Manson vibe of what happened in this scene, in these scenes so far. So yeah.
So this one to me was like really dark and like family killings. I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough. When you take
not a fan of that.
Yeah, you taking kids out, wives
this
and
one
kids.
was a little rough, but I did enjoy the tech. Like I enjoyed the idea of, like living through like this. You get to live two places at once, like in your fake body, like the technologies where you feel like you're in a real body, and then you get to live your real life. So I like the tech aspect, but the family killing was a little too much for me.
Yeah.
What happens with the AI body when they're not in it?
It's just a robot.
It's just a robot.
So so if you see him talking to the people now, that's a robot.
That's the robot.
But his family is real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. What happens with the robot when he's like in space and not in it? Is it
he
just
sits in a chair?
Oh,
they
just
go
in
to
a chair.
Special chair in a room that you connect to. So he's just the body, the AI body, the robot body is just in a chair while he's working in space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a rough episode, man. I mean, I knew once the murder of his family went down, Josh Hartnett's character, I'm like, this is going to get interesting. And then him, Aaron Paul character saying, "Hey, let me help you out. Can you just, you walk the force a little bit, get some fresh air." All that. I mean, it's a great idea, but I'm like, this is Black Mirror.
It's not gonna
end well. Like, hopefully, it's no kids being hurt, but that didn't go here.
Didn't go well.
Yeah, that didn't go well. So I just knew it wasn't not going to end well especially when he started painting the pictures. And I was like, oh man, he's getting connected now. And then because the wife was standing there watching him, having a conversation, and just the way he was damaged. You didn't know how bad he was damaged from his family, watching his family get murdered. And as we saw, as it transgressed into the TV series or into the show more deep into it, you saw how much he was damaged and what he was unfortunately able to do. So. But
it also, like, one thing, like, it shows if there is going to be space travel for long periods of time, like, we better figure that out because it's going to be stressful.
Yeah.
If you're in a little thing for millions of miles in dark space for years, like, or even if you're living on Mars, you got to live in this like structure. I know NASA just here on Earth put people into a Mars-like structure to see like how that's going to, how we're going to do being isolated like that.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to think about, like how isolating being an astronaut would be.
Yeah. Like I said, you got to work on that patience because if you're going to be up in a space capsule with somebody you didn't train with for, 6 months to a year, you're going to get to that point where you get annoyed. It's just the way things progress.
Just getting like bored and not having anything to do. I feel like that's, and not being able to do anything. Like you can't watch TV when you get bored. Nope. There's only certain things you can do if you've done all of that already, depending on how long you're up or wherever you are. Like, I can't imagine just sitting there and knowing like there's nothing else for me to do. All I can do is do my job of whatever I'm supposed to do while I'm here and sleep, I guess work out to stay in shape, but
get some consoles up there. You gotta get some Xboxes up there, PlayStations, gotta get Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. I don't think there's gonna be any service up there.
You gotta get something, man. If it's a spaceship, you gotta get some type of some TV connection.
You know what? You know how you can waste your electricity on that. The electricity is powering the oxygen,
especially if you got this
sun, solar powered.
There you go.
Then if it gets dirty, and then all of a sudden you only have so much power, and you've been watching Netflix, you didn't even realize it.
See,
all of a sudden you go to turn on the oxygen.
The part I'm getting at is now you're occupied, because if you're not occupied, what they say, the hands is the devil's playground when you got nothing to do. So yes, so now you give these astronauts, to avoid this calamity of murder. Unfortunately, even though we know this is fiction, thank God. But for the realism of it, that put some Xboxes on there, PlayStations, give them a service, get Netflix to sponsor a part of the wing of the spaceship Hulu, where they have some semblance of life up there, even though they're working. They're doing research, but then after a while, you got to give yourself a break from the research. Just like with gaming, when I'm coaching, I tell the players, look, we got 3 hours. We're going to grind it out. After these 3 hours, go home. Do your homework, detach from what we just did here, because it might have been a rough day or a long day or whatever. So you got to detach a little bit.
Imagine, too, forget the space angle. Like if that guy who's kissing that girl is a robot.
Right.
Anyway, like imagine how you could like charge people to live your life for like an hour.
True.
You know what I mean? Like imagine how popular it'd be, like jumping into other people's bodies and living their life. It would be insanely profitable.
That's like the Matrix. That's some Matrix action going on. What's up, Brittany Beach in the house?
Would the other people know? Like would the person
It'd have to be like
the person
against
that
law
somebody would know.
to do that,
but not like the person that you're living their life, like that person's like significant others. Like
here's one suggestion. Nick
this
says,
isn't me.
Get a chessboard if another person's on board. So hopefully you could teach them how to play chess.
It's a lot of chess.
Yeah. But now this is the ending of the episode where all hell breaks loose, and unfortunately, Aaron Paul character's family is lost because of the flashback of Josh Hartnett's family being murdered at the beginning of the show.
So then think about this at the end of this episode. These two guys are, once again, millions of miles away from Earth in a spaceship, and they both now know what one of them has done to the other's family.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? The mission's going to last another half a decade, or whatever. Like, what do you do now?
There's no living with that person anymore.
Yeah, you can't. They got to
You can't leave.
booted off or something.
Yeah.
You got to call
You're stuck
NASA.
in that.
You got to call NASA and be like, hey, man, you got to send a space police up here or something.
One of us
we got a
is
criminal.
not going to make it to the end of the mission.
Yeah, we got a criminal on here.
Just let you know that right now.
And by the way, when I was watching this, it was a little confusing because I thought, why not put the robots in space?
True. That's a good one. And thank you, by the way, Pooch Gang just raided me with some of his gang, Pooch Gang members. Appreciate y'all coming in here. I think I saw Brittany. It's Brittany Beach. I love that name. I love it. Pooch, what's up, man? Appreciate the raid, man. Thank you very much for that. But yeah, back to this episode here, man.
That is good. Why wouldn't you put the robots in space?
That makes sense. Yeah. But it's not a story though. When you write it, this is not a story if you do everything that should be done, you know?
Well,
if you put the robots up there, there's really no story.
I know, but that's the way it should technically be done.
True.
If we had this technology, I don't think we'd have the humans go out. We'd have the robots go out.
Exactly.
Because then the robots wouldn't need oxygen. Like you could just they'd be fine.
And it won't be no falling in love with a member of the ship's family.
Imagine you could
wife.
You know what it is? It basically what it should be is astronauts working from home.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They should be working from home, and they go into their little thing and they do their space stuff. How much time do you got? I got another hour. I got to fix the space mission. And then you come and you remotely
fix the
work.
panel. Or
hey, honey, I got to go to work really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Sit in a chair.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
A couple hours.
So Black Mirror, man, it's going to continue to get interesting. I think it's, what is it? Something Davy or Lacey Davy or something next week's episode 4 with the actress Jazzy Beats that was in Deadpool and ATL with Childish Gambino. She's pumping up. So the next one gets even more creepier. I know, John, you probably watched them 3 times already. So
I forget what is number 4. What's number 4 about?
It's something Davy or it's like Mavy Davy. It's like
Zazzy Betts.
Is Zazzy Beats. Her last name is pronounced Beats.
Is it Beats?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's an awesome name. Jazzy Beats. She
should have been a DJ.
She plays an entourage photographer in Hollywood. And
Maisie Day.
That's the name of the episode. And it shows a little bit of the underground scene of entourage photographers and how they trying to get that shot of that celebrity. And this is real stuff. You know, I've seen it. I mean, that is TMZ basically.
Yeah.
That's what TMZ photographers do. They try to get the shot and don't get the definition, you know, because if you're a real photographer, you'll go up to the person, hey, I'm an AP photographer. What's your name? So I can have the correct spelling. What are you doing? And take a picture. But to be an entourage, they're just, they're trying to get that money shot and get paid. So that episode kind of goes into that world a little bit. It's interesting to see, and kind of show some backfiring, I say, working in that space. You gotta, you're trying to make things happen, and sometimes things happen to you. So can't wait to talk about that next week. So everybody that came in through Pooch Gang's raid, hey, this is what we do here on the podcast. We talk about video game space. We talk about esports if it's a topic there, and we tell our fun conversations or this or that. We just got finished breaking down what's on stream and Black Mirror season 6. So if you haven't watched it, and then also we talked about this new website out here.
I just wanted everybody to see Ahman playing
called
video
Stable
games.
Diffusion online. You could put in a request, and you get back AI art graphics, and it's AI, and it's like crazy put together Frankenstein stuff of me right now. One thing the AI knows about me is my upper body is well developed. My shoulders and my biceps are on point. Thank you, AI. I appreciate that.
Thank you for making me look a lot more buff.
That is really interesting.
Making me look swole.
All these photos, when I've typed in the prompt as Ahman Green, all these photos, these guys are jacked.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, he knows what's up. Hey,
I mean, if you see you see the pictures of him when he was in Green Bay, he's got really big arms. First time I met him, I go, he's smaller than I thought he was.
I love it. I love to hear commentary on me. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's how it works. You were jacked, still are jacked in Green Bay. You're just looking and you're like, man, this guy's huge running. How's he a running back? That's crazy.
Hey, just trying to stay healthy, man. Trying to my goal is 80. When I get to 80, that is it. So
I've reached my goal.
So shout out to Sly, Drink on the Sly. You go to the website www.drinkonthesly.com. You want to check that out. This is mango flavor. It helps the brain and the body relaxation, and also chills out 10 calories, 2 grams of sugar, 2. So this is good stuff. And this is what they have in here for you. They have a word that I cannot pronounce. Ashwagandha.
Oh, ashwagandha?
Did I say that right?
That's close.
Ashwagandha, plus valerian root, chamomile, magnesium, zinc, honey, and biotin. All for recovery, hydration, calming effects for your body, and anti-stress and cognition memory. That means working on my brain. There we go. So go to drinkonthesly.com, get your orders in. Orders will start coming out, I think, in the fall of September this year. Check it out. One of our official sponsors here on the Gamers Lounge. So, hey guys, great show. I had a lot of fun. Good talking about some games, talking about what's on stream. Black Mirror is going to get interesting. Every episode from this point on is going to get really crazy. Just so y'all know. Spoilers alert too. So don't be mad if we give up the goods, because we've already warned you. That means mute us. That means you don't have to click off the show, but just mute us when we're talking about it. And I think the next thing we got to do, guys, is Secret Invasion on Disney Plus with Sam Jack. I've caught a few episodes of that, man, and it's getting like real government. Even though it's not dealing with the government, you're dealing with the Krill. That's a space species that have infiltrated planet Earth and are living amongst us, trying to survive, and shape-shifting and taking over governments and making things happen in the Marvel Universe pre-blip in that space. So that's where they're at. So that'll probably be the next series we talk about.
6 episodes?
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes, too. It'll be quick.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do that next. So we keep this thing going. And then next, say in 2 weeks, I talked to my good friend Grand Pooh Bear, speedrunner. We'll be able to have him on the show, July 19th. And go ahead. I think I mentioned, watch out. Check him out on Instagram. He has some funny clips. Check him out on Twitch, Grand Pooh Bear on Twitch TV. He is hilarious. He is a speedrunner. He's playing a game called Only Up right now, where it's a game where
I've seen a lot of highlights from that. Yeah.
You just go up. You have this little dude that has super hops. He can jump on anything. And he's just going up higher and higher and climbing on things, spaceships, dragons, buildings.
Houses are floating in the air. You're just climbing up things.
Right. This is the trending game right now, is Only Up on PC.
A couple of people have finished it. Well, I feel like a lot of people, but I've seen a couple of streamers who have finished it, gotten to the end.
And I would say Grand Pooh Bear might have finished it. He's a guy that's his job. He finished his game. So
I say if he's as good as you say he is, he better.
Yes, he should have done it. So on that note, everyone, hey, have a great rest of your week. I know what I'm gonna be doing. About to go pack and throw stuff in the garbage bin. And I'll be doing a Whatnot stream tonight at 5 p.m. So I'll be selling some shoes, maybe some clothes, maybe an old TV. I don't know. I'm selling something. We got to empty out the house, all right? We got to have enough to fit in the diesel that's going to drive us down to Texas. So
what time?
5 p.m. today, I will be on my Whatnot channel.
Okay.
So the Ahman Green 30. The Ahman Green 30. Check us out. So real quick before we jump off, John, let everybody know where they can find you on social.
Right here, if you're watching on Twitch, at John Arias Radio on the screen, JONARIAS. That's my Twitter account. Also, John Cast, JONCAST podcast is a kind of a Wisconsin sports podcast I do. You can also follow me there on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep. And Rico the Rookie, let everybody know where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter right there at Radio Rico AC, and on Instagram, Enrique Alvarez Clary, my full name on there because why not? And you can catch us on 93.7 The Ticket radio station in Lincoln, Nebraska, talking all things Husker sports and sports all over the place. So that's 93.7 The Ticket. You can find us on all socials that way. And you can download the app, listen to us wherever you're at.
Twitch. Yep, and on Twitch. I'm on there tomorrow at 6 p.m. talking whatever I want to talk about. I'll be there probably with
the Ahman Green Show tomorrow.
The Ahman Green Show, 6 p.m. here on Twitch. 93.7. Check us out. TikTok. Follow us, please. We need more followers there. Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge and my own Instagram, Twitter, Ahman Green 30. Putting clips on there. Follow us. Let you know what's going on about the show, myself, what's going on there, and I'm trying to think anywhere else. No, that's it. Shout out to UEL. I know they're getting into the playoff push. Shout out to Excluded. I'm on Team Excluded influencer there. So shout out to Joey and the team there down in Texas. It's hot in Texas right now. I can't wait to get down there, guys. So, all right, have a great rest of your week, everybody in chat. John, Rico the Rookie, you too. Have a great rest of your week. Let's click off this thing here. Let me click this one. Go here. Put this one here. Let's click that up. There we go. Let's turn the music up real quick. And then we gotta be quiet.
I bet online.